Welcome to the Data Scientist Podcast with Dr. Stylianos Kampakis. Dr. Kampakis is a data scientist, statistician, and blockchain expert with a mission to educate the public about the wonderful capabilities of technologies like AI, data science, and DLTs. These technologies have the potential to transform the world, the economy, and our lives. However, there is too much misinformation around tech, and so most people are just confused about what is true and what is not. Whether you are a CEO, an entrepreneur, or just an enthusiast, the Data Scientist Podcast helps you separate reality from hype.
Hi everyone. Yesterday, I was the moderator of a very interesting panel, and one of the topics that we discussed was whether businesses should focus on nurturing AI and data science skills in-house, or whether they're better off outsourcing AI development to experts. So this was a very, very interesting discussion. And one of the reasons I find this so interesting is because I'm offering services in this area as a data science consultant, but also as an educator. So I'm the person who can help a company nurture its AI skills, but I'm also the person to whom a company is going to go to if they need something done. And I found it very interesting to hear the perspectives from people coming from different sides. So I had the person who works at Shell, another couple of people from two very big IT solution vendors. And also we had a person on the legal side of things, because that's also something to take into account when talking about employment. And we had some very interesting opinions. So something that a few of the participants mentioned is that the market tends to work in cycles. So when companies first start looking towards implementing a new technology, they usually look towards outsourcing, just because it might be very difficult to build this capability in-house. I mean, no one has any clue what they're doing, so you just have to go and find these experts. But eventually, as some of the services start to become commoditized, on one hand, and at the same hand as there are more people in the marketplace with this skill set, companies might be willing to try and get some capabilities in-house. But obviously, there's also the option in data science to upskill some of your employees and turn them into, let's say, software developer, data scientist hybrids. So this possibility exists in data science because their data science is being commoditized more and more. There are many solutions, cloud solutions, for applications like computer vision, but at the same time, there are many solutions showing up for augmented analytics and automated machine learning. I'm working on an augmented analytics solution called Datalist, so I know a few things about this area. So it's entirely possible to have someone who is not a data scientist do some data scientist work, as long as they've been to a few courses. Probably not very advanced work, you don't expect them to do research, but most businesses don't really require anything too advanced in the first place. So, as I mentioned earlier, the market seems to move in cycles. So we see outsourcing at the first stage, and then companies start to try and build in-house skills. But eventually, we might see outsourcing resurfacing at a later stage as commoditization improves and companies decide to focus on the core competency, and they're like, look, we don't want to have to deal, for example, with AI internally. We build everything that we needed to build to get improvements in efficiency or whatever it is that we wanted to do. So now we can remove our data science team from the picture and then maybe just move everything to a cloud and use external vendors. So that's a possibility as well. But obviously, different people have different opinions depending on the industry they come from. My personal opinion, and one of the reasons that I also provide services as a consultant, is that in data science and AI specifically, many companies are very fast to hire full-time employees when all they need are contractors for fixed-term projects. And this is a very important topic because I've seen many times data scientists being hired full-time, and after they deliver the project they were hired to deliver, they have nothing to do 12 months down the line. Well, for big companies, that's not an issue because they might have the resources to spend to just keep someone with good skills around in case they need them again. But obviously, this is not an optimal situation. So let me give you another example. In app development, for example, if you had then an idea about a new iPhone app, then you could just hire someone to build it for you. This someone could say, yeah, give me like 2 or 3 months and I'm going to deliver it. And then they deliver this app to you and you're happy. Probably you'll have to do some testing, go through a few iterations, but that's fine. And once you're happy with the results, then that's the end of the project and you're no longer going to work again with this person. Maybe you'll work in the future, but you paid a fixed amount of money and you got something in return and that was it. Data science is a bit similar, but most companies, they lack the proper understanding of what data science is and how it can be used. And that's why they find it difficult to think about data science in the same terms. However, one of the value propositions of what I have been doing for years is that, hey, we can get a win-win here. You can get some very high quality solution and, we can do it for you and you don't need to hire someone full-time because you don't need to. And I do believe that some companies understand this, some other companies do not. So it really depends on whom you're talking to. But I also completely understand the situation of companies that want to build these capabilities in-house. The reason being that if AI is a core competency for your business, or you believe it's going to become a core competency in your industry in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, then it makes sense to start building in-house capabilities. And you might not get it 100% right, and that's fine. But the sooner you start doing this, the better. And obviously building in-house capabilities, this doesn't necessarily take external consultants out of the question. I run an executive education company. I've been called to educate fledgling data scientists. And also maybe you just need a long time period to build up the data science team up to the size you want it. So until you do this, maybe you're happy working with external consultants. So there's something for everyone, I guess, on this topic. Everyone must have their own opinion. There are many different ways to go about this problem. At least that was my opinion. But it was very interesting to also hear the thoughts of other experts in this area. I hope you found this interesting. Let me know what you think. Feel free to drop me a message. And thank you for listening to this podcast. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. Make sure to visit thedatascientist.com for more content about data science, AI, and blockchain.